Hello guys, today I'm going to be showing you how to make fish cakes. First I'm starting off with 2 big potatoes and I'm putting them to the boil, leaving the skin on. Then I have 2 pieces of cod, about the size of my palm I would say they are. The only thing is I've got to take the skin off, I didn't want any skin on it. So I'm just taking the skin off, and this is the very first time I've done this also. So take the skin off, we don't need it. Try and get without the skin. And also I'm checking out for the bones. Take any bones if you find them. Now for the coating of the cod, I have paprika. I'm just going to coat it with the paprika, then the mixed herbs, not too much and not too little. If it's for adults you can go a little bit more heavy-handed, but I've got children eating so I'm easing off. Pink salt, just a sprinkle of salt, it doesn't matter what salt you have in the house, it's quite fine, just a sprinkle on the cod. Black pepper. Again, if you've got children eating the fish cakes, then make sure we sort of like ease off. If it's just adults, then add a little bit extra on. Now to cook for a healthier option, I want to steam the cod. So I'm putting both pieces into the steamer. Just placing the lid on, and I'm going to be cooking that for 15 minutes. The water's in there, it's on the timer, and when you check it, if it's not cooked, obviously just put a little bit more of the timer, but 15 minutes is absolutely fine. Now I have 50 grams of unsalted butter, 2 red onions, there's the potatoes peeled, and I have ginger and garlic from frozen. At this stage I'm waiting for the 50 grams of the butter to melt, and I'm just going to chop the onions up into small cubes. Once I've chopped the onions in, the butter is melted. Yep, I'm just going to add all the onions in. There's 2 onions chopped up, ready to go in the pan. Just giving the onions a good stir, and then I'll add the ginger and garlic to it. While the onions are cooking, I'm just going to mash the potatoes. Now I'm just taking a fork, and to make sure they are broken down so I don't have any lumps in there or bigger potatoes. Fish is ready. I just put 1 piece in and I'm mixing it with the fork. The second piece is in there. I'm just going to mix that in with the fork so it breaks down nice and nicely, so I don't have any big pieces. But I do think I need a bigger bowl so I can give it a good mix. So I'm going to grab a big bowl. That's better. Onions, ginger and garlic are done. Turn the gas off and let them cool down. Now I'm cutting up fresh coriander, a handful size, or you can put extra on it, it doesn't matter. Two eggs you need. I'm beating up 1 egg at the minute and give it a good mix. The coriander's in there. Now I'm going to add the onions, ginger and garlic. Give that a good mix. It smells absolutely delicious. I'm using a teaspoon of the plain flour. Again, plain flour, using a teaspoon, and I've put in 4 spoons. The idea here is to give it a mix and then add in more plain flour as you're going along, because we don't want it to be too much. We want it just to be right. Once all the mix has combined together, or started to combine together, it has started to come together, we'll add a little bit more flour, and then lastly I will add the egg. Yeah, it's quite messy. Trying to keep neat. So I've just got to get some more flour. There's 1, 2, 3 and 4. I think that should be enough now. Using the fork, and then I'll go in with my hands again. I'm just adding some pink salt, a teaspoon of the pink salt. At this point you can add a little bit more flavouring of any sort you want. The other I'm adding is Fenugreek, and I'm adding a handful of it, not too much, and I'm just rubbing it in like a circular form and of the balls of the hand, and that's fine. Mix it with the hands. Now I just put the egg in, and we've got it all coming nicely together. Moving over to the breadcrumbs. You can buy your own breadcrumbs, but I'm using bread. I've used the thicker breads and 1 thinner piece of the bread, and just go with the blender that you have. If you've got a small blender, then put less of the breadcrumbs in, and just go with the size of your blender. I mean, I've put all mine 3 pieces in there and just blend it. And there we go. Not a lot. So now I'm moving back to the fish cakes. I'm using a teaspoon, 1.5, and I'm just making it into like a little ball, and then I'm just patting it with my hands. That's quite neat. It's not very messy at all. And I'll just show you it again. Good teaspoon and a half. I mean, it all depends. If you wanted to make bigger ones, you can make them bigger if you want. But I used the teaspoon, and I got about 12 fish cakes. And 1 more. I mean, this one's quite a little bit bigger actually. So now I'm putting the egg yolk with a brush, pat it onto the breadcrumbs, put the egg yolk on the other side, get a palette knife, turn it over, and you can scrape off any excess of the breadcrumbs that you don't want. And there we have it, nice and neat. Put it onto a frying pan with a little bit of oil. It doesn't matter what oil you have. I'm using vegetable oil at this point, and you only need a little bit just to coat them golden brown. I will link all what I have used in descriptions at the bottom, so when you want to have a look, you can go to description and have a look. The ingredients, I'll make a list of it if you would like to have a go. But guys, I've got to say, the fish cakes were absolutely amazing. The children loved them. I was so happy myself with them. They were so tasty. Whoops, I nearly lost that one. And you know, you can put in what you like when you're baking your own, making your own. Spicier, less spicy. But yeah, you just got to cook them on the frying pan, just a little bit oil, and you've got this lovely golden brown colour. Like I said, I got 12 fish cakes. Kids were happy, I was very happy myself with them. And you can always prep beforehand. The idea is to have some good food on the table, so if you have to prep it beforehand, that's good enough. When you watch the video, you can go up to description, and I'll have everything listed for you in there, so you can take the recipe, have a look at it, and take the ideas, make a note of them, and give it a go for yourselves. And let me know if you've, in comments below. Also, let me know if you've tried them and were they good. And also let me know in comments as well, what other recipe would you like to see? If I can, I'll make it. And there we have them on the plate. Kids were served with a bit of chips and peas. So guys, hope you like this video. Don't forget to like it, and please consider subscribing to our video, and we'll see you in my next video. Thanks again, and bye for now.